Hey folks, I'm Joe from Big Fast Customs, and today we've got a Flathead Ford V8 I pulled out of a scrap pile, and we're going to see if there's anything worth saving in it. It ain't pretty, so let's see what we got. Alright folks, so here we go. We've got a late 40s, early 50s Flathead Ford V8. The guy that had it said he was using it as yard art because it was a junk motor, and if nobody wanted it, it was going to scrap. So I jumped on it. I figured it'd be something fun to play with. I'm pretty sure it's scrap, and I'll show you why in a minute. But we're going to open it up. We're going to see what's in it. If there's anything savable in there, you know, we'll save it. But I've done a little bit of research on it. This is actually an it says 8BA on the heads, but it's actually an 8RT because it came out of a, I think it was an early 50s F5 Ford truck. It does have the, looks like it's got the Ford big truck water pumps on it. So I'm pretty sure that this is the 8RT engine, and it's real similar to the 8BA. There's not a lot of differences with it, but the guy said he was using it as yard art, and I'm not sure at what point, but it's pretty clear that this thing had some water in it and it froze up. You can see there's a big old hole in the head. It's actually out, so you know, it's not like somebody hit it. It most likely froze and pushed it out. Both of the water necks have cracks in them on both sides. And I did look around the block. I don't see any cracks in the block itself on the outside. I did find, I don't know if you can see that, right in here there's a spot. It looks like a hole, like a little, like it rusted through. But I don't know, we'll check that out when we get there. You can see the exhaust manifolds are broken off. Don't know what happened there, but it's pretty complete. In my research, checking with, you know, where do these things normally crack, it seems the general consensus of everybody online is all Flathead Fords crack at some point. They said that the truck motors, like the 8RT, are usually in better shape, but because this thing has, you know, a huge hole in it, I'm gonna guess we're gonna find some cracks in it, either down on the pan rail, or they commonly cracked in the lifter valley, between the cylinders and the valves. I mean, I think we're going to find something in this motor that's cracked. So I did get it to turn over a little bit, not using the bolt on the end of the pulley. That only was tightening the bolt. I was able to get it to move using a pry bar against the flywheel teeth and the locating pin for the transmission. It turned over probably 350 out of 360 degrees, and then a hard stop. So I'm pretty sure, you know, there's at least some rust rings in the cylinders that are stopping pistons from moving, but maybe there's other damage. We'll find out. But when it was turning over, it wasn't happy. It sounded like me getting off the couch. There's a lot of groaning and popping and weird sounds, and yeah, it wasn't moving over smooth after I got it moving. So I figure at this point the best course of action is let's pull the heads in the intake, see what the cylinders look like, check for any cracks up here on the top. If there's no cracks on the top, again, I expect there's gonna be, but if there's no cracks on the top, we'll get it picked up, we'll pull the pan off, and we'll check that pan rail. If there's no cracks in it, we might be able to save this motor. But like I said, my expectations are pretty low. I think we're going to find some cracks as soon as we get it open. But let's get started. I'll put you guys on the tripod. I'll start tearing it apart in time lapse, and when I find some stuff, I'll bring you guys back in. All right, folks, that didn't take long. Looks like we've already got a crack. Hopefully you can see it right here going from this valve to the cylinder. 99% sure that's a crack. So I doubt I'll have this motor machined. I mean, I could have this sleeved. I think this can be repaired, but let's keep going. I don't see any cracks in any of the other cylinders. That fluid is PB Blaster. I put down the cylinders earlier. These ones look okay. The rest of it looks okay. We do have a crack there. So let's grab the other head off and see what we got on that side. Hey folks, did you see me fall there? Yeah, the trailer finally let loose. When I got this thing, somebody had put that on there and not the best way, and it's been sagging, and I meant to move it, but you know, haven't gotten around to it. It was working, and yeah, it just let loose while I was on there, so that's why the whole trailer dropped. But well, we broke off two bolts, so if we decide to do anything with it, we'll have to do something about that and that, but I'm not seeing any cracks right now. This one definitely needs some more cleaning up, but I don't see any cracks either between the valves or going to the cylinders, so that's not too bad. Let's get the intake off and see what that looks like. Okay folks, so we got the intake off, and right there on the intake, hopefully you can see it, 8RT. So this is a truck motor like we already knew. And the valley, try and get out of the sun for you guys, it's actually a lot cleaner than I was expecting it to be. I expected to find a lot of rust and whatnot in there, but that actually all looks pretty good. The only problem I see, and I don't know if you can see it, right up in this area, I can't tell if that's a rough casting or a crack. So I'm gonna have to get the valves out and, you know, check it a lot closer. But yeah, I was expecting if it had a crack, it would be like in the middle area, but maybe you can see right up in here, it kind of looks like, I don't know if it's a rough casting or a crack. I've got it on both sides. Maybe it's a crack, I'm not sure. But yeah, it looks a lot better in here than I thought. So we definitely got a bunch of garbage underneath our valves. You can see some of them are stuck. So not a big surprise there. Quite a bit of garbage down some of the ports. But let me, I'm gonna wipe off some of the cylinders, get off some of this garbage that's in here, and we'll see if it turns over any better. Okay, so it rotates a little bit still by the flywheel, still not by the front hole or the front bolt on the crank. I can see these ports are full of garbage. It would probably be best to pull all the valves, because I'm sure some of them are pushing against the camshaft, and you know, clean some stuff up a little bit. We do have some grit in the cylinders that I'm sure is not helping, but yeah, I mean, I think that's good for right now. What I want to do now is throw a chain or a plate on this, get it picked up, and we'll see if we can get it put on an engine stand. All right, folks, so we got the motor up on the stand. It took me a few minutes. I had to pull the flywheel because the bolts on the arms of my stand wouldn't clear it. So we got those off, had to find some bolts that fit, but we're on the stand now. We're gonna drain whatever's in this oil pan, and then we're gonna take the oil pan off and flip the motor over, and we're gonna look for cracks along this pan rail. And if that's good, then we might be in good shape. I don't know, but I've still got some more research to do, but let's find out what's in here and we'll go from there. There we go, let's go the right way. Get this ready. How much water do you think's in here? A lot? Little? I think there's at least some. When I pulled the dipstick, it was kind of clumpy looking, so. And survey says, oh yeah, I see water. That's water. That's water right there. Well, maybe I shouldn't have dumped that. There's more oil in it than I thought, but it was mostly water. That's gross. Okay, well, I'm gonna need to bring the hose and some cleaner out here, but oh well. That's gross. All right, let me clean up a little bit and we'll get this pan off of here. Well, can you even see that? Let's see. Maybe. You see that rod that's loose? This one right here, that's not good. Looks like the bolts have backed off. Maybe somebody's just taking it apart, but I doubt it. Let's let me clean off this pickup and then we'll flip it over. Ew, what a mess I've made. All right, folks, bad news. You can see, even without taking the oil pan gasket off, we are cracked all along here, across this webbing, all over in here. And if we come around the other side, we can see there's a crack down in here. I don't see one, but maybe down there, there's one. But we also have this rod that's loose. Not sure why. The rest of them look okay. I know this motor's been taken apart at least once. It's got a tag on it there from a rebuilder. But I'm going to pull that rod just to see what it looks like. I don't know if it worked its way loose. I mean, the nuts look loose. I don't know if somebody took it off or what, but I'm going to pull it off and just see what that looks like. So that's not even a flat bearing or a standard size bearing anymore. It's been beat all to hell. Probably the two of them rolled over. You can see they've spun a little bit. So that cap definitely loosened up while I was running. The journal doesn't look bad. I'd have to mic it to see if it's damaged, but with the cracks in the engine, it's done. It's good for parts, and not much more we can do about it. All right, folks, well, that is a bummer. I kind of expected to find those pan rail cracks when I saw the head had a hole in it. I was surprised there wasn't more cracks up top, but it's really not a surprise that the block is done. What I think happened, like I said, there's a rebuild tag on the front of the engine, and I think they had it rebuilt because the inside looks pretty good. If you look down in there, the pistons look nice and shiny. You know, I don't know how long it ran for. You know, the cam looks decent, but you know, that rod was loose. I think what happened is the nuts came loose. It started knocking and they parked it, and then it got water in it and froze, and that was the end of the truck for them. There's really not much we could do besides replace the block. I'm gonna pull it all apart. We'll see what parts are good, what parts are bad. I'm gonna have to mic the crank and see if it's damaged by those bearings, but you can see it ran for a little while with those bearings in it. You can tell one side has been smashed. It's actually taller or wider than the other side. So when I pulled it apart, both halves of the bearing were on one side of the crank. So that's probably what was the original problem with the engine. And then, like I said, and it froze after that. So unfortunately, we're not going to get this one running. It is parts like we expected. That's cool. That's what I thought when I picked it up. So I'm not disappointed. It was fun to take it apart. Maybe I'll find some other cool stuff when I finish tearing it apart. But that's going to wrap it up, guys. Hey, folks, one more thing. I was getting ready to clean up. I said the cam looked bad, but do you see that? Yeah, the cam's not good. The cam's bad, definitely. It looks like maybe that lobe is worn off, but that crack, that brake, looks sort of fresh. So I wonder if I did that when I was trying to roll the motor over. Maybe that was one of the popping sounds I heard, but you know, it doesn't really matter. The engine's bad, so it doesn't matter if the camshaft's bad, but it looked shiny, but yeah, it's definitely not good anymore anyway. So we'll wrap this one up. Guys, thanks for watching. I hope you liked it. Make sure you like and subscribe. There's also a notification bell icon. Make sure you click on that, because I have heard from a lot of YouTubers that I watch that I guess YouTube changed the algorithm, and it's not even recommending their videos to their own subscribers. So make sure you hit that notification bell. It'll tell you when I put out new videos. I'm not sure what the next one's going to be, probably on the Doodlebug, but we'll see when we get there. Guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.